let's talk about 10 simple things you can do today to make your video stand out. I'm Rafael, and welcome to the channel. The goal is to make your videos easy on the eyes and pleasant on the ears, so the viewer can focus on the content. These things aren't going to require any new equipment. As long as you have a camera and editing software, you'll be able to use these tips. Lighting and exposure is key for the audience to connect emotionally to whoever's on screen. So for instance, in any room, using the window as a gigantic softbox, it's the best way to get great lighting for free. If it's good enough for Chris Nolan to use, I think we should use it too. Just remember to turn off any overhead lights so you don't have any conflicting color temperatures in your shot. If you need to shoot outside, use the sun as a backlight and try to find a surface, preferably white, to have as a bounce to create the fill light. Definitely learn the histogram on your camera. Make sure that it's never too far to the right and never too far to the left. Always you want the curve to happen as close to the center as possible, where the majority of the sensor is picking up the best light and it's properly exposed. If the histogram is pushed to the left side, that means the image is too dark. If the histogram is pushed to the right side, it means that the image is too bright. People tend to look at the brightest and most focused thing in the screen, so make sure you're always exposing for the face. Always take a listen to where you're about to film and ask yourself, is it noisy? If you can hear it, the camera's gonna be able to hear it. If you have a hard time hearing yourself, your audience is gonna have a terrible time hearing you. Not only does it need to look pretty, it needs to sound pretty too. If it's windy, if there's heavy traffic, if there's anything that's distracting from what you're trying to communicate, the audience will get lost and they'll stop listening. And it's been shown that the audio is not coming through clearly, people will bounce from the video. If you have to choose between a great location and better sound, choose better sound. Great audio is superior to great visuals. If you need to record a voiceover, the closet is one of the quietest places you can do it. The clothes act like sound dampeners, making for really clean audio. To get better audio in your recording space, hang blankets. Definitely use soft objects like pillows. Furniture really helps. I'm using a sound blanket on the floor because I don't have a carpet. Anything to reduce reverb helps. Try to find a piece of music that is very appropriate for what mood you're trying to convey visually. And you can find free music on YouTube. They offer tons of tracks for you to use in your videos. Also, if you have dialogue stacked over top of music, use this one trick that a friend taught me. He calls it the DJ mix, where they lower out all the mid-tone frequencies, all the frequencies that would be where the voice is. It creates this upside down bell. It makes the dialogue punch through really nicely. Show and tell. This is where B-roll is king. Always capture extra footage of what you're talking about. Get insert shots, get reaction shots, get close-ups, get wide shots, get establishing shots, get complementary footage that supports the primary storyline, the A-roll essentially. Use the B-roll to accentuate what you're talking about, to really show the viewer in detail what you're communicating. For instance, if I'm talking about a lens, I want to show close-ups of that lens. I want to show the details of the specific things that I like about the lens, that are important about the lens, that I want other people to know. They don't have to be fancy moving gimbal shots, just a static shot of what you're talking about. It's great to have solid content that you're able to talk about, but it's even better to show. So show and tell. Edit out all the ands and ums and uhs and all those unnecessary pauses. This will help your video move faster. I should take my own advice and Keep your intros and animations as short as possible. Unless it's phenomenal and epic, like a David Fincher opening, keep them to 5 to 10 seconds max. Use text to reinforce what you're saying, and always avoid text and dialogue that don't match up, that don't complement each other. So if you put text on screen, but the dialogue is something else, the viewer will choose one and miss the other. So definitely use text to reinforce the dialogue that is being said. If you do have text on screen that isn't supported by dialogue, the general rule is keep it up for 1.5 times it takes to read it. So if you have a title card, make sure you can read it 1.5 times before you edit out. Try not to keep it on longer, and definitely try to give the viewer enough time to read it at least once. Follow a basic structure for your video. Start with a problem, provide a solution, and end with a lesson. That's typically what I use for my videos. But find a structure for you and use it over and over. If it feels too long, cut it out. The general rule in editing is arrive late and leave early. Sometimes just getting to the point is what we need to do. These are only the beginning, but these tips will make your videos look, sound, and flow better. Again, the goal is to be visually pleasing and music to the ears, so the viewer knows exactly what you're trying to communicate and they focus on your content. As always, thanks for watching. Give me a big thumbs up and subscribe. I'm Rafael, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Time to film B-roll.